One, and go.
Welcome back, everyone, to Nerds of Legend, episode 26. As always, we have Ben playing Chicto Talkkeeper and Brian playing Edward the Everflame Niven. In our last episode, our guys were seeking two specific devices of legends. The Chronoscope and the Flawless Wayfinder in an attempt to be able to navigate through the specific time given to Edward by the god of the tome, Gillian. Having found a lead on to how to get, hopefully with the least amount of difficulty, the necessary items to the Flawless Wayfinder, our heroes are on their way back to Captain Bertram Wildbagger's ship, who hopefully is powered up and ready to go, as they head off to the Tooth of the Dragon, the tallest mountain in Eberron, in the Star Peaks. And we will ask you to join us on our quest to become Nerds of Legend. So, we leave off. We are heading towards Captain Wildbagger's Wondrous Emporium, hoping that he has had the time to install the power source you have got in Sigil from a very excited Dabu willing to help, and that you can get off in the direction, you can get off towards the Star Peaks and find the Tooth of the Dragon. What are we doing?
Remind me, I know I think might have asked this already, but is Kronos coming with, or he's not until we go to Tempora?
Not until you go to Tempora.
Okay, that's what I just wanted to make sure. Because we split up, right?
You were down copying spells.
That's right, I was doing a spell.
Yeah. Level 5 is where the druid Barak Dundare was running the creature studies room on level 5 of the Sharn Library.
That's right.
And he has asked to go because of his desire to see a star turtle and to see if the legend of the Flawless Wayfinder is actually true. So, for some good... Go ahead.
I go down to where Ticto is, and I, basically tell him, all right, we're ready to go. And then, as far as I know, we're just heading back to the captain.
Yep, I agree. Yes, I have done all my preparations for now. Kronos, we shall see you later when we head for Tempura.
Yes, don't forget. I look forward to going to Tempura. It's a dream of mine.
Of course, friend.
Just remember, don't forget. And, Godspeed.
Don't forget what? To come grab you, or what?
Yes,
okay.
That's...
Gotcha. Yes, we will not. We will see you soon.
Right, farewell. And he nods to you, Edward, and to you, sir. And, to Barak, he looks and he goes, nods to Barak, and Barak just goes, he goes, bye, Tito! Bye, Kronos!
What?
Nothing?
Very well.
Right, let's go.
That seemed...
What?
Why did you call him Ticto?
It's not really that important. Sometimes I get mixed up. All you gnomes look alike. I didn't mean to be as offensive as it sounded.
Ah, so you're racist.
No. So anyway, how many pigs do you think we're going to need? I said 30. I agreed, right? Right, that's a good one. Off we go! He moves away from you quickly.
We'll talk about this later.
He walks up ahead of you quickly.
Okay.
So,
Yes, well...
let me get a perception check from Edward.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of want an insight on that whole interaction.
Well, the insight's the only one that you asked to roll. I don't have to tell you that one.
Alright. Insight. Yeah. 18.
Okay, you notice, like, as soon as he slipped, he's walking really funny. And, like, you get the feeling that something slipped out that he didn't really want to say. But, you do hear him muttering to himself a little bit, but you have no idea what he's saying. But you're like, he's fucking keeping a secret.
19.
All right. Oh, 19, I'll give you a little bit. You hear snatches in Sylvan of him being like, shut your fucking mouth. Shut your mouth, Barrick.
Okay.
You hear him like muttering to himself, being like, in Sylvan, being like, that was close. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. He composes himself after a brief period of time, and he's like, so, where's this ship?
We must go to the market.
I believe that we were picking you up at your farm.
That is what you said. Oh no, I wasn't there. Never mind. I'm shutting up.
He's like, right.
Because you have to get the pigs, remember?
Yeah. And then realized that I was tired and he had already stepped away. So this whole thing didn't happen. I've heard. Yeah.
Okay, so we go to.
We're gonna keep that in there.
We're gonna go.
Keep that in there. Yeah, even though he did travel away.
Yep. We're gonna go to Bertram's.
Instead, we're just gonna have him fade away, and you're seeing a dual timeline. See, I can do that because you're a Chrono Wizard.
I mean that his racism transcends time.
Yeah.
Did you just say his racism transcends time?
Yeah.
His need to casually insult gnomes knows no bounds.
That bastard.
Yeah, no, I totally forgot. Like I didn't put it in the notes. Like he did. He
said to meet him at his farm. Oh shit!
Yeah, he walked away. You're sure as right did. All right.
Those 5 minutes we'll never get back. Nah. On to Bertram's.
Damn it! I had a whole good loop I was gonna put in there. Dude, son of a bitch. Take better notes. Yeah, you guys are off to Bertram's with a nagging feeling of what could have been. Apologies. So yeah, you go to Bertram's. You're in the marketplace. You go to Bertram's. Do you stop anywhere? Do you look for anything on your way to Bertram's?
I don't think we have anything that we'd be looking for right now.
No. So. No. But the city is now like very lackluster to you. Like as I said before, where you guys were like
this
super overwhelmed.
Ever.
Yeah, you were like super overwhelmed by all the noises and sounds of the city. Now you're like, yeah, I've been here, done that. You should have seen Sigil when it's busy. Like you should see Sigil at rush hour.
Yeah.
So,
I've seen a devil dictatorship. This is nothing.
Yeah. So you're literally like, it's not that difficult for you to like navigate, nor are you overwhelmed in any way. So it's a lot easier to get from point A to point B. All
the pickpockets we encounter are a lot more, are a lot lower level than the ones we see in Sigil. No.
Yeah. You also are glad you're not like you look like people that have been there. They know what they're going, so you're not being stopped by panhandlers or people who are like, "Have you thought of helping? I need your aid. Couple copper to help me get to see my parents who are sick right now." Mm-hmm. Standard panhandler. Yeah. You are unmolested on your way to Bertram Wildbagger's Wondrous Emporium.
Mm-hmm.
While we're traveling, I guess I do want to look for one thing.
Okay.
I'd like to look for anyone who stands out who has that brand.
Which brand?
The dragon
The
mark.
brand of the house that tried to mug us for the scroll when all of this began.
Okay. I want a percentile check from you.
Okay.
Joe's like, this is not what I planned for.
Oh no, that's super great. I have a note for this one.
23.
You don't see anybody.
Okay.
But like overtly with it. But what you do see is a tall armored creature with a tall armored figure with with like a scale emblazoned on his shield and on his breastplate. A tall, kind-faced furball who's like standing on one of the street corners, kind of like surveying the crowd. Who you've seen before. It's Grey Malt First, the guy that saved you originally from the idiotic dubious trying to steal your stuff so he could peddle them off into the markets in one of his many get-rich-quick schemes.
Okay.
Just gonna ignore it.
Fuck that guy.
Well, not much to really do, but
Okay.
I mean, we have our mission. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd hate to get sidetracked with like something.
Okay.
It doesn't strike as immediately plot relevant.
No, it was plot relevant. So
Now I just know he's still around, though.
you know
Maybe
he's
if
still
we-
around. Yeah.
Maybe if we need a
power.
palabro for some backup.
Yeah, you're
Start
looking.
forming our Ocean's 11 squad.
Yeah. Well, you could ask him if he's seen them, but yeah, the dragon mark for the house Thorani is not. You're probably not going to see them. Like, they're supposed to be more secretive, you know. So they're like more of the back ones. So you're not in the right area to really be seeing them.
Okay. I mean, it's been like 8 years anyway, so
Yeah.
it's been a number of years. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you do notice that Grey Malt now has a little bit more shine to his armor and looks like a little bit more clout. But, yeah, you don't see any of them walking down the street, so. You do see several other dragon marks, you know, but they're like the ones at the houses that are, you know, merchants and bankers and all the ones that are okay with openly displaying their wares.
Their colors, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, they're not gangs. They're like, I don't know. They're kind of like
Oh, yeah.
they're just houses of influence. So
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, so we'll just head on to Bertram's, because I doubt Edward's going to tell me that he saw Grey Malt, so...
yeah, you're not really paying any kind of attention. So yeah, you guys move on and you get there, and except in front of Bertram's now, it's like the back of the back half of the roof is like opened up, and on top of it is like taking over this whole thing is like now this floating ship. Like the back of the shop is like opened up, and like the ship is up and out.
Guess he got it in the air then.
And yeah, you see Spark standing out front. Being like, you can still come inside, very, very timidly trying to like entice patrons inside. You can come inside, we're still open. The ship's not for sale.
Well...
Oh, you!
Yeah, I was going to say I would say...
Well, are you making a purchase?
We're here for that, actually. We're going on a journey.
Right, well, it's not for sale. There's two people that are here who are supposed to be... Oh, it's you. Yeah, sorry. Gnomes look similar to me.
Why is that the second time I've heard that today? I feel like this is starting to get a little personal.
He's inside. Yes, I'm gonna go in. And you go in, and there's you see Big Jim standing there and like collecting various like items, like little pieces to get the ship up and running, like and supplies that he's throwing on top of it, and he's got some meats and some various foodstuffs. There's a map tucked under his arm. He's getting ready to go. You see Furface, the tabaxi, just shoving bottles into a sack, like, and it's like in the cartoon, in like Mary Poppins or whatever, where the sack's open, he's just like dropping them in. Vroom, vroom, vroom. He's filling up a bag of holding with various bottles of liquor. He's like, "We're getting ready to go."
Packing light, I see.
Lightly packing, yeah, whatever you want. I need to be properly.
I see.
And you hear Jim be like, "Get your drunken ass to the fucking boat." He's like, "We got work to do." And then, and they lead you to the back room where it's open. Like, the workshop space is open to the air, and there's just a long rope ladder hanging down to the ship.
I'll just go and climb it.
Yeah, you do it with no problem.
No.
But Edward, so everyone left the room. Ticto's in there. Edward, have you followed, or are you in the now completely unoccupied showroom floor?
Unless anything stops me or kind of jumps out at me, like, of any kind of like importance or whatnot, I'm just going to follow on up.
Are you looking for anything of any importance?
I mean, I'm keeping an eye open, but I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily actively looking for anything in particular.
Okay.
I guess what I will do is I'll look to see if there's any kind of like map of the general area so that I can like show the captain where we need to go for like the farm.
Okay. There is not. There is no map. There's various items and like pieces of artifice around, but as far as like maps, no. There's all a bunch of like whirring and magically enhanced items and things like that. It's not. It's his shop floor. It's the wares that he sells to the general public.
Is there anything of note amongst the wares?
Let me get an investigation check.
Okay. 8.
8?
8.
You see, you just take a quick scan over it. You see like this tray of like multicolored beetles that all seem to be walking around. They're little they're little automatons, but they're various different colors. There's a couple like it looks like birds that can float. Some things that you don't really know what they do. Some are like gun shaped, some are staff shaped. There's a bunch of vials, but nothing really jumps out at you. So it's just a bunch of weird stuff, and as you look at it, you go, neat. And then you keep on walking. So, Ticto, you get up to the top of the ship. And it is much better provisioned than you've seen before. It's cleaner, it's a lot more organized. You remember the ship they got when they were on their way to Sharn. Well, this is the ship that has been in Sharn for 13 years, and they've been slowly adding and polishing, and it is lavish now. It is a very comfortable ship. And the helm has a bunch of different, like, crystalline displays and a large globe that shows the world of Eberron as he knows it. There's a bunch of blank spots on it, places he hasn't been, but for the most part, the main continent of Eberron seems to be filled in, and he has gone here and there, but it's like according to the road. You could see the path the King's Roads had taken.
Mm-hmm.
But he has traveled quite extensively over the last 13 years.
Looks like you're going to need to start updating your map, Bertram.
Well, you can only get so far on wheels. I imagine we'll close that gap real fast now that we're in the air.
Mm-hmm. Any trouble with the conversion?
No, it just plugged right in. I mean,
Excellent.
it was exactly what we were looking for. Just didn't know where to find it.
Excellent. Well, we got what we came for. Edward, are you ready?
Yes, I'm all set.
Do you know your camera went out, Brian, by the way?
Yeah, no.
Okay, making sure. Yes, I am prepared. We are prepared. So, are you, Bertram?
I mean, yeah, I would, yeah. It's a little weird to think this happened because I kind of changed directions and where I was going. But to be here again is a little, what's the word? Exhilarating.
It's a good word.
I feel it's a good word. It definitely fits my emotional status at this moment.
Mm-hmm. Are you upset that we've thrown off the trajectory you had planned for yourself?
Who said that had to be?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have to be thrown off. It just has to be, no need for it to be thrown off. I mean, honestly, it's my... Why can't I do both? Why can't I have a flying ship and, a series of storefronts throughout, Eberron?
The airship would make that much easier, I would
Yeah, it
would. Uh-oh.
My God. I feel like we've lost Edward to the mist of time.
Yes, anyway. Well, if there's nothing else and preparations have been made, shall we get underway, or do you have anything else that needed taken care of?
No, I think we're good to go. We got our direction, right?
Yes, I do believe we have a stop to make outside of town at a pig farm, but that's it.
Pig farm?
Yes, we need to go and we need to pick up an ally of ours and hit some pigs. Is this a problem?
Right. Now, just, look around the ship. It doesn't look like a place I'd want to keep a, shitload of pigs.
Well, don't worry, we won't be keeping them for long.
Will you keep them long enough to shit?
Well, I do have prestidigitation, so I can make it all shiny and new right away.
And that depends on how fast you get us to the mountain after we get the pigs.
Right. So, what I expect is once we get these pigs, you are on cleaning duty until they're off the ship.
That's fine.
Kind of
We weren't gonna trash your ship, Bertram, but we figured.
I'm just saying, this has been my one piece of enjoyment and for a passion project for years. So you might notice it looks a little different. So
we helped you get this ship in the air. I think you can deal with a little bit of shit.
Have you ever seen a pig shit?
Yes, actually. What they do is they use... Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. That's something
You're thinking of hippopotamus.
Yeah.
I believe it all depends.
He looks to you, he's like, a hippopotamus, that's not something we're going to be also bringing aboard, are we?
No, just pigs.
No, just the pigs.
It's an offering of sorts for the creature that we will be meeting with.
Right. Okay. All right. He very
I mean,
reluctantly...
wouldn't you like to have something to appease?
I'm already here. We're already agreed. It's fine. It's fine.
Appease the large flying bird creature that we're going to encounter. That is probably bigger than the ship, or at least the same size of that. It probably has some air superiority going on.
I'm learning that I need to ask more follow-up questions whenever we're about to do anything with you guys. I feel like what I'm told and what is always slightly, radically different.
Only slightly.
Yeah, can you take us to a mountain? We'll get your ship in the air. Oh, sure, Bertram. That's all it's going to be. Now, moving livestock.
Yes, well...
To be fair, we just now actually found out, so you're finding out when we did.
You know, that honestly, that does make me feel a little better, that I wasn't misled. I do feel quite a bit better. Because I was feeling a little...
No, we didn't know about it before we told you about made the plan about going to the ship. You know, plans get made on the fly. All the time. Sure.
I really do feel this happens an awful lot with the two of you.
I am Faye.
He reaches in his breast coat, opens up, unstoppers a flask. Right, whatever. Let's go.
Agreed. And we take off.
You hear him muttering, you hear him muttering in Minotaur, just like, it sounds like a number of rumbly, just... But he's like, very quickly, as soon as the ship, he gets behind the wheel of the ship, he's like, where are we headed? Do you have any idea?
He pointed up.
Yeah, he told...
He gave a map location, didn't he?
Okay, well, as... I don't know if you heard it because your camera was off or anything, but in the ship is a large globe that's got pictures of Eberron in it, and you could just navigate point. Which you pick up, Edward, you pick up very quickly because of you being adept with like navigation and maps and things like that. You're able to figure this out real quickly. You're like, we're here, this is here, you know, blah, blah. You're like right there. He's like, right, off we go. And you go, and it's not hard to find this place. It's right outside of Sharn. You see the giant woods where you began, where your adventure began. You guys flinging yourself off of the
speeding train.
Of a speeding train. And you guys find a large farm of Barrack Dundane. And he's standing outside with a herd of very well-behaved pigs. They're just standing there. He's like, guys, I saw you coming. It's hard to miss the flying ship. So you step down. You ready?
We are ready.
Do we need to do anything, or are we good with this?
Just get the pigs on board, please.
Right. He waves his staff around and makes a squealing sound, and they march one right after the other into the hold of the ship. The whole time, Bertram's standing there just, you know, kind of foppishly with the napkin over his nose, like, which is really weird considering he's a minotaur. And it's just to see him, like, so daintily being like, yes, quite. Like, it's just at odds with such a big, like, wild-looking creature, and his foppishness kind of, like, gets you every time.
You know, I didn't take you for the squeamish type.
It's not squeamish. It's, just don't like some smells. You know, which I guess by nature would be squeamish.
Yes, exactly.
Shut up, Picto, as he walks back inside.
Alright. And then so we head towards the mountain. Then.
Right. And so it's not hard. You're flying, and oh shit. You're pretty much like nothing really is coming about. I also now have what just happened. So you're flying through the air, and it's you guys are it's fantastic. You fly for quite some time. There is and you see lakes, you see you see the lightning rail underneath you. Edward, you are entranced. Like you are the closest to the stars you have ever been. And you're like, this is the greatest day of my life. And you hear a drunken slur as he's like, Birdface is like, there's some off to the left. And, you see these large winged creatures flying as you start getting over the rocky landscape. 2, to be exact. And they are, as they get closer, you see they have long tails, long necks. They're about 20, 25 feet long. And they have taken a definite interest in you in the air. Little part of you think might be, what the fuck are they doing up here? And I think we can eat them. And these 2 creatures come right for you. They are 2 wyverns.
Is that initiatives?
We're going to roll initiative.
Okay. Well, that was a waste.
Oh, shit! Oh, that's fantastic. What do we got?
23.
All right, Edward, you're first. Ticto, where are you at? Ben, you're muted.
I am going to...
No. What is your initiative?
Oh, I got a 22.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. +9, baby.
All right, well, you guys... It's a great order then, because you guys start out with, you've I'm actually pretty impressed, because it's you, Bertram, and the Wyverns.
Mm-hmm.
But you ticked out, so alright, go ahead and start.
Alright.
Edward, start us off.
How far are the wyverns from us?
They are about 100 feet off from you right now, closing very quickly. They have a fly speed of 80, so they are coming in quick.
Okay. I wait until I'm going to hold my action until they get within 60 feet of me.
Okay. Ticto, what are you doing?
How close are they to each other?
They are about 100 feet apart. They're coming in. One's coming towards the front of the ship, and one's coming kind of towards the back. They're deliberately separated.
Okay. I'm going to... Yeah. I'm going to cast a 4th level magic missile.
All right.
And that is 3. Yeah. D4s. Actually, hold on. So that is 64.
All right.
I think. Yeah, so 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to cast that at the one approaching from the front. That is 2, 4. So that's 20 points of force damage to that one, and I'm going to fly over on the magic carpet towards the other and hit it with a 3rd level Dragon's Breath.
Okay.
So that I need a dexterity saving throw.
What was the first damage you did?
20 points of force damage.
Okay, to the first one.
Yep.
Excellent.
And then I need a dexterity saving throw from the other one.
Okay. That is a 8.
That is not going to cut it. Okay, so that is 4d6. Oh, daddy. 12, 17, 21 points of... What color is it?
What do you mean?
It's a wyvern, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's a wyvern. There's no.
Okay. Fire damage.
Nice.
And
How
I'm
many
gonna... 20... 12...
Against the same one or the second one?
The second one.
Okay.
So I'm gonna shoot 6 magic missiles at one, and then I'm gonna fly at the other one with the magic carpet. Get within.
Yeah, I got it.
Get within Dragon's Breath range as a flyby thing, because you said it's 100 feet away, right? So I'm gonna get within 15 feet of it, and then swoop back to the ship, because the magic carpet has 250 feet.
Okay. All right. Now, as he zooms in and hits the one with the magic missile, he is now within 60 feet. He's about 55 feet. 55 feet. So, Edward, what were you going to do?
He's still coming in, but he's not over the ship, right? He's still in the air.
This is the one that got hit by the magic missile, so it's coming towards the ship in the air. Yes.
But is it over the ship or is it over
Nope.
the...
They're not over the ship. He would be off the bow to the right, or the what is that? Starboard side. So starboard side. So the right of the ship.
Okay. Polymorph.
Okay. And what's the save I need?
You need to meet or beat a 17.
Of what?
Wisdom.
No, I don't.
Okay. This thing becomes a turtle. And just...
All right. Yeah. So you sit there and you get this big smile on your face because this is now becoming your favorite attack for everything. And you feel this force, this person guiding your adventure get frustrated around you as you create this wyvern into a turtle and it falls straight down. So,
have fun with the fall damage!
Yeah. Which I don't even want to count. Well, just for the hell of it, let's do it.
Like, how far up in the air are we?
We're 2,000 feet in the air.
Oh, good. So every 10 feet is another D6.
I might crash my thing
What was
out.
that, Ben? You're muted.
Who is?
Doesn't it max out at 10d6?
Does it?
Follow
Is that how it
damage
goes?
rules?
I don't remember that.
There's the cap.
There is no cap
Fairly
because
precise.
of Rule 0.
All right.
And I want to use D&D Beyond to roll 200 D6.
And you're just like frantically clicking. I mean, Leo did it the other day on the iPad, and it did fine. So you should be fine. Should be okay.
I know, it's literally covered. It takes 723 points of damage. It makes me so happy. That was worth it just for the roll. That was awesome.
This is like.
Yeah, you look and as you polymorph it into the turtle, you're like, Edward, you look and you see it turn into a turtle. First off, is this a large turtle or like just a regular turtle?
Regular turtle.
Even better.
Just like a redded slider, just like.
Yeah, so it just falls and you're just like, in your head here. And like a little part of you imagines this little dust ball, this perfectly round smoke ring, much to the adventures of a doomed traveler called Wile E. Coyote, as he explodes. But in reality, what happens is a rather sizable crater is created in the ground as this very large, very heavy turtle just smashes into the ground at a phenomenal velocity and explodes into a turtle paste. Luckily, you are in the middle of nowhere and nothing happened. Like nothing was damaged with the fall.
Excellent.
And
So
Bertram looks at you and he goes, "Nice! Well done! Let's see what I can do." Oh shit, Chris. No, it's not. Anyway, it hits anyway. Sorry, I had to move my thing. And he is going to cast a 5th level Melf's Acid Arrow.
ooh.
Wow. Which does 14 points of damage, which is lackluster. And he's like, apparently I'm not as good as that. And at this point in time, you hear Big Jim yell. He's like, hold on. And the ship lurches hard to port to the left now. And, he's veering away, and now the wyvern is behind you as he is trying to get away from the wyvern. And it accelerates, but the wyvern is still able to catch up, albeit slowly. So now we'll be able to advance only 10 feet. He's 70 feet behind. This wyvern is 70 feet behind because of the way that they had moved and started moving away from it. The wyvern now is able to accelerate and come after you. And he closes the gap to where he's 30 feet off the port. and is not capable of doing any attacks at this moment. Well, because you're off to the front, Ticto, and he's chasing the ship, and he has not caught up to the ship. And next round, at the speed he is going, you assume he will be able to catch up to the ship.
Okay. This is my turn?
It is now Furface's. He gets up, and he, like, I guess I'll be part of this menagerie. And he's going to attack. He's going to stand up on the ship's ballista and arm the ship's ballista and take a shot at the wyvern. Oh shit! And he nails the wyvern like right through, like the chest, and does quite a bit of damage to him. He is not doing well. He's now bleeding. It's got this large ballista bolt hanging through him. It is your shot, Ticto. He did 42 points of damage.
How's it looking?
It is got flying very. If it was any more intelligent, it would be leaving, but it's not. So it is coming after you now, enraged with this bolt sticking out of its chest. Blood is literally like misting in the air. It's pumping out of it.
I see. I'm going to fly up to it and just... I'm going to do the same thing because I've still got the Dragon's Breath going on, but I'm going to cast a first level magic missile. So that is 9 points of force damage, and then I'm going to hit it with... I need another dexterity save.
Natural 1. It is not giving a shit about moving anywhere. It is focused solely on getting to the ship and eating the shit out of you.
18 points of more fire damage.
Alright. It's burnt, it's bleeding, and it's barely staying in the air. It's still focused on coming after you. Edward, it is your turn.
All right. How far away from me is it?
It is about 30 feet off the back of the ship.
Okay.
And it's got this large metal bolt sticking through its chest. Sticking in its chest, blood's pouring out of the wound. It's burnt. It's got various holes in it from magic missiles, and it's got a bunch of holes for where the skin is being eaten away by the acid arrows.
Okay. I am going to produce flame in my hand and hurl it at it.
All right.
Uh, 14.
To hit?
Yes.
Does.
Okay. That's 2d8. Uh, 7 points.
All right. How do you kill the thing? Like polymorph. Fuck!
I just aim for wherever there's already like a hole in the thing, because I don't know how thick its shell is. So I just basically hurl the flame straight into wherever hole I find.
Okay, and you do. It goes right in one of the holes in its chest, and the whole thing lights up. You see like smoke starts coming out of its mouth, and it just kind of goes limp in the air and starts falling to the ground.
I make a point not to use my targeting computer. I switch it off for when I make the eventual...
Stay on target! Stay on target!
Kenobi. Help me, Obi-Wan. Shut the fuck up, kid. you guys escape, and he's like, huh. Bertram looks, he's like, probably should have seen that coming. Barrick comes out, he's like, are they gone?
Yes.
Like, I
Yes,
think
everything's fine now.
One's pink. One is a blood pancake, and the other.
Yeah, you did. You took care of him pretty quick.
To be fair, that one wyvern that I polymorphed, he'll be fine.
Yep.
You are aware how high up we are, right?
Yeah, but he turns back into a whip. He takes it's magic stuff. The turtle form dies, and then he pops back into wyvern form.
Physics not your strong point, is it?
Magic.
He took
is kind of a thing.
723 points of damage. No, he's not all right.
All right.
He blew the fuck up.
If the DM says so, that's how it goes. But
Listen, if he would have blown up, the way it is they'll revert back into their actual form. Wyvern's only got 110 points, so a turtle one health point. So that would mean there's 632 additional points on top of it. I think that more than adequately doubles the life points. That thing is literally wyvern dust.
I mean, at least on the bounce.
Oh yeah, it bounced up and then blew up. There, you happy? In a cartoony explosion. None of the wyverns survived. You, in fact, did murder them both.
Just don't tell me it's someone's pet again.
Yeah, and then out of it comes a red dragon. Where's my pet wyvern? God damn you, Ticto!
Well, at least I didn't kill him this time.
Right?
No, I just point over to him.
All of a sudden, Pelor appears. He's like, hey, have you seen my pet wyverns? You son of a bitch, Ticto! Yeah, no, they're super somebody's pets. So, no. These are wild wyverns that are drawn by a large flying ship that smells of pork. And they're like, I can eat the fuck out of this. Yeah, no, that's your only thing. And you round yourself out, you come, it now goes into night. The crew is much more wary of the skies. And through some good communication, they stay as far away from any large flying creatures that they see till you start seeing a mountainscape, like a mountain range, come into sight.
Can I assume that we're getting a long rest out of this? Enough time passes?
Oh yeah, yeah. You get a full night after flying, so you get a long rest. And you come out on the northern side of the Anandair province. And you see the Star Speaks, namely the range that has been known as the Teeth of the Dragon, along with the Dragon's Tooth, which is very noticeably the largest peak in the Star Peaks cluster. And it's very easy to see where you're headed. It is significantly higher than the others. And as you get to the top, it is early morning, and you see birds circling the top. And these are birds of an unimaginable size. You have never seen birds this large. They easily dwarf the ship. And Barrick looks out and he goes, so it's true. They are as impressive as I thought they would be. And you see a nest that is larger than the marketplace of Sharn. And it's massive. And you see the bird roost there. This thing is probably 100, 150 feet. Not counting the wingspan, just the body of the bird. Perch and it takes a notice of you. And like watches your guys' approach very intently. What do we do?
Should we try to speak with the bird first?
Edward, I believe out of any of us, you are probably the animal expert. This does not fall into my wheelhouse.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah, Bertram's like, Bertram's like, I don't talk to birds.
I will try speaking in Sylvan or Druidic.
You get nothing with Sylvan or Druidic.
Okay.
You get closer, and Ticto, I would like a perception check from you.
Oh, my.
And Edward, I guess, too, we give you one too.
Okay.
What?
$17.
I only got a 10.
Okay. So while you're looking around, because you're looking around for a very specific shape, specifically, you're like, turtles are not like that. Like the legend of the star turtles are not going to be on a nest of logs and thatch and pieces of animals. You think it's going to be something a little bit more sandy, something a little bit more. And Ticto, you're only focusing on this giant fucking bird. You're not like, wonder if there's anything else. You don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a giant ass bird, and you're like, I hate this. But Edward, you see the very top of the mountain. There is the caldera. Just this like, it's instead of a peak that it comes to a point, it's kind of like flattened, and there seems to be like a cluster of like light coming from the top of it, like as if like starlight came down to it. You were told this is what's going to be expected around this time of year. Like it's getting close to the solstice, and so this is where you're going to see some weird stuff happen at the top of this mountain. Hopefully, you'll be able to find shells, or if you're even more lucky, an actual like see the turtle. But, so anyways, you guys fly closer. The bird is ever more intent on your arrival, and now has come off the nest, and its wingspan is 400 feet. It's ridiculous. What are we doing?
I guess I'll try to speak to it this time in common.
Right. And Bertram walks up as he's talking to you. He goes, you have a plan for that?
I think that was what the pigs are for, but I don't know if we'll be able to communicate that at this time yet.
Well, I might be able to do something.
Do you speak bird?
I might be
No,
able to.
we've got 2 druids here. You'd think one of them could talk to it. Derek?
Yeah. What do you need?
Can you talk to the bird?
Yeah. That's what we're doing. Yeah. Hold on. He begins a ritual casting. And he casts Speak with Animals with Edward and himself. He's like, just caught up in the moment, my fault. Well, good. Do you?
Hello?
Huh?
Hello?
Huh? Hello? food?
Who's a pretty birdie?
You're a birdie?
Who's a
Who's
pretty
birdie?
birdie?
Are you food?
We have food. Who is a pretty birdie?
Bacon? Egg?
Who is a pretty birdie?
Who?
Who is a pretty
just so
birdie?
you know, their intelligence is 3. You pick up real quick. They are not getting very far. You're not going to be having a conversation of wits with this thing.
Are you a pretty birdie?
Yes.
I have food for a pretty birdie.
Food?
Food.
You?
No, bacon.
Bacon.
Bacon. Who's a pretty birdie?
Me.
That's right, you are.
As hard as it's to imagine what a gigantic 400-foot wingspan bird looks like frolicking, like a puppy, you watch this gigantic thing just kind of like bounce around. Bacon? Egg?
Yes, bacon, pig. Have you seen turtle?
Big?
Big.
Egg? Yes. Turtle, come.
Very good.
Um,
Very good. You are a very
Food now?
pretty birdie. Yes,
Food
yes,
now?
food now. Yes.
Food
And I
now.
go ahead and I'm gonna have one of the pigs like come out, and while I'm still speaking with animals, I look to the pig and I go, "You brought this on yourself."
How? What the fuck did I... What are you talking about?
You know what you did.
No, I didn't even know her. I didn't mean to do anything. What are you talking about? You will never find where I hid that shit. Never.
It doesn't matter. You'll never see it again.
You'll get nothing
And I
out of
just
it.
toss the fucking pig off the
Yeah. As he's falling out, he's like, "You're never gonna find my treasure. Fuck yourself." And the bird's like, "Food?" And it dives and
Food.
it catches it. But you are shocked. You're like, "Fucking, what is he talking about? He didn't find the treasure. What?"
You'll never find where I hid the bodies.
And he's like, the bird's like, "Yes, more food? More?"
More food, yes.
Should
Who
probably
is a
ask
pretty
if
birdie?
we can go up the
Me?
mountain.
You say that to Jim? Okay, so while you're having this conversation, Ticto goes over to Big Jim and is like, "Let's go up. We got some shit to look for." And he's like, "Okay," so they start elevating, and this bird is in trance. This monstrous bird is like, sees 2 things. He sees Edward and whatever pig he throws out.
Yep. And I'm going to toss him another pig.
Are you going to say anything to the pig this time? Because the pig this time is like, "I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. I don't know how that was found here." He's like, "Those jewels just ended up in our yard. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're going to
I don't
tell me
care
the
what he
exact
said.
location, or you're going to end up like your friend.
It's don't worry about it. You know, I don't know. So you know where the farm is? It's
I wish TikTok could hear this because I'd be like, Barrick, are you running some sort of prison? Are all these pigs?
no. Barrick is looking at his pigs flabbergasted, as
So
wondering
speak
what
companions too.
kind of criminal empire his pigs have been running.
It's the fucking animal farm.
The animal farm yet mob.
Yeah.
You know the mob. So the pigs are like, this pig's like, there's a rock outside of the farm. It's there, I promise. Just don't kill me.
They told me I'd be a
You
maid.
you remember what I promised to kill you last, pig? I lied.
He's like, fuck you. So,
They told me they'd make me a made man
oh yeah.
or a made pig.
So now,
Please
roll
no.
all 30 pigs.
I've got a wife and children.
Of all of their fighting and drugs, or
Please no. I've got a sow and
I am
piglets.
I am making meticulous notes.
do you wanna role play all of them, or just a couple more, or just be done with it?
Tempted.
I think we can continue on. I don't want to take up all the time. But what I will do is I will not only take meticulous notes on what they tell me, and not only, like, what the ones who seem like they're going to cooperate, like they're actually going to give me what I would want to know, sort of thing. I'm actually going to like herd off to the side and be like, okay, look, you can be like your friends who fell off the deck accidentally, or you can maybe join your friends who are over here, nice and safe,
All right, you have 4 pigs who are like cowering in the corner, who are just filling their guts.
Basically,
they told you about like
basically what Edward found was Pig 6 Mafia.
Yeah, they've told you about accosting travelers, farmers that have dropped stuff. They have. They said that they followed the directions of the pig lord, and you'll never find out who he is. But
I've got 26 pigs, and I've got 4 rats.
Yeah. So 3 of them have, like the 4 have confessed that they will do anything. They just don't want to be thrown off the edge. But the other 26, you don't care. You have found the location of 4 stashes of what they claim are various items of value, and then 5 more stashes all around the farm and the surrounding area of like coinage, and one says gems. One said, I don't know what it is, but it's shit you people like.
This is
all
just
within various areas.
Just as long as none of them went Pig Thulu, Hog Thaloth,
No, they didn't
Swine
do that.
Thagan. We're good.
You didn't bring the priest pig with. And,
I think now is a good time for a break, yeah?
yeah.
Yeah. We'll take a break, guys. We'll be right. But not after we tell you about Tabletop
We'll
Loot.
do that after the break.
Oh, shit. We'll be right back.
Welcome back,
everyone. So, Ben, you were talking about Tabletop Loot. Isn't that one service, website where you can go and sign up for monthly dice boxes for only $25 a month?
Yes.
4 sets of dice?
That's right, Brian.
I hear you can actually insert the promo code NOL15 and get 15% off.
Right, Brian. Engage sultry voice. That's how we do it, Brian.
That's promo code NOL15 for 15% off on any set of dice that you might acquire in the store.
Yes, and if you look on the screen right now, you can see some examples of some dice you could get from Tabletop Loot.
That's right. All those sets and more available at tabletoploot.com right now. Use promo code NOL15 for any individual dice set and get 15% off those dice. Also, you can sign up for their $25 a month loot box, in which they send 4 sets minimum random dice to your door. No strings attached, cancel anytime.
Sounds great.
All right. Of all of your shills, that's my favorite way of doing it so far.
Just the nice, calm, like radio announcer voice.
Like the smooth talking, like game show hosts.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, that was one of my favorite chills of all time. That was great.
All right,
back to the top. Barrick is staring at his apparently crime pigs.
Yeah, his pig, 3 pig, pig 6 Mafia, or 3 pig Mafia.
He's looking at kind of aghast, and he looks at you and he goes, I swear I never knew.
There's 4 of them who actually ratted out on their friends and whatnot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look over and I'm going to be like, okay, so here's the deal. You 4 are now in charge. You run the operation. You do everything that your friends did. But now you've got a silent partner. And I'm going to look over to, to their owner and be like, he takes a cut of everything you get. And as long as you guys play straight with us, yeah, you live,
In Sylvan, he's going to mumble to you. He's going to be like, don't really feel all that comfortable with this. I don't think I can make this work.
And Sylvan, I look
And
at
he
him and I
throws all
go,
4 of the pigs off the ship.
you know, I promised him I would let them live. I didn't say anything about him letting them live. So.
Right.
I didn't say nothing about my partner.
Right. So the bird is like, food! And dives after the 4 pigs falling down. And evidently that is enough to satiate this pig. And you get up to the top. I would like Brian to roll me 3 dice. D20s.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I was just going to do even or odds, but I don't want it to be that. I want it to be, we're going to be rolling high-low. The higher you get will determine the outcome for me.
Okay. Let me get some.
This is only for flavor. It won't affect the story at all, but I really hope you roll really high. Or you can do a 1 percentile die. You can do the percentile dice or 3d20s.
Which would you prefer, sir?
It's your choice. However you choose to roll.
Let's see here. Well, I suppose I'll go for the percentile dice, because if I roll the 3d20s, then I don't actually have a high enough. Like, you know, that rolling 3
better
dice
odds.
lowers my odds.
Yeah, you have better odds. Yeah, but this is also a 1 pass or fail. So,
all right, super high, 67.
oh, all right. You get up to the top, and you see the back half as you get up to the top, and the ship actually comes to this caldera that's littered with shells, and you look up to the sky and take in your surroundings, and you see for a moment the back half of the largest turtle you have ever seen.
A turtle
Like,
sphincter.
it is unimaginably huge as you see it slowly, like, moving away. If you would have rolled a
Slowly.
75, it would have been there. It would have been in the, like, actively, like, around the area.
We
But
would
now
have seen it. We would have seen
It's
a
far up in the distance.
massive turtle sphincter.
Yeah, but now, because you see, and it's not like something you would have seen, like, in this era. You had to actively be, like, scanning the heavens to see this. And only you pick it out because you're so used to looking into the skies. Then you see this, and you are, like, for a moment, you are completely stunned. You're like, that is the most spectacular thing I've ever seen.
Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Polymorph. No.
Yeah, and it turns into a smaller turtle.
Yeah.
I just catch.
Yeah, no. That is amazing. No, you cannot polymorph this thing.
No.
And you do see, as you're looking, a number of smaller turtles flying off the same thing. But there's a glut of shells, like, they're everywhere. They all are, like, humming with this, like, unfocused energy.
Do any of the eggs look like they might have not hatched? As in, like, maybe there was just one that, like, you know, for whatever reason, like, you know,
No.
maybe stillborn or whatnot, you know.
No. I mean, let's do an investigation check and see.
Okay.
But you also have to understand these eggshells are also as big as you.
Well, I imagine the one that, like, looks like it's still intact is probably hard to miss, but,
Buried. Like, they're like, they were buried in... I don't know if you're familiar with how a sea turtle lays its egg, but it buries them in the sand.
indeed. So, investigation. Investigation or perception?
Whatever you want.
Okay, perception is higher for me, so I'll go with that. Oh, all right. That's 25.
Okay, you dig around, and you stumble over one, and it's like, you know, turtle shells are like, they're not hard shells, they're soft shells. So they're like, you're walking and you stumble over one, that in it, and in it is like, it is intact. The entire thing is intact.
Okay.
And it's cold to the touch.
I will use my druid craft to just gently kind of like shape the sands around it and kind of like, you know, spread them out sort of thing. Like I'm using druid craft to create like a puff of wind sort of thing so that like, you know, the sand kind of blows away from the egg and like, you know, I can very carefully kind of like you know, bring it from the dirt.
Okay. Bertram is watching intently. He comes over and he's like, "What is that?" He's like, "Is that?" And Barrett comes over and he's like, "What is that?" He's like, "Is that an unhatched egg?" He will aid you. But he will use mold stone. He will use like move stone or stone shape, and he will like slowly push it from the bottom till eventually, after like a few minutes of work, you have carefully brought this massive egg up. It is about 8 feet tall, probably like 5 feet in diameter, just massive. And then as you feel the middle of it, it's like cooling down. It's like warm. Like you feel that whatever was in it was warm. Is just either has recently just expired or is in the process of expiring.
Okay. Well, we have the egg, so
You only Barrett's like, but we only needed a shell.
you said that having the whole egg would be better.
But he's stunned by this. He's like, I honestly didn't. Thought it was a story. He's a little speechless. He's like, and now the fact that it's one of these has died. I'm kind of full of feelings at this moment.
Those stories are based on some truth.
It's a little harder when you see it. And Bertram is going to... He's going to walk up and touch it. And as he does, the shell of it kind of hardens up as he casts stone skin on it. And he's like, we should probably get this moving for a little bit. It's like he puts its device on it and it like creates this, it solidifies the shell. He's like, that should probably make it a little bit more easy to transport. But I agree, I don't quite know how to feel about this.
Does it look like we're going to have like some difficulty transporting it?
It's going to be... I mean, between the group of you, you could do it. I mean, you've got fucking Ticto that levitates every goddamn thing I throw at him, so I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to figure it out.
I have the magic carpet and levitate.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say that I have a new bird friend who could maybe help us.
I don't trust the bird.
That bird
not
is
to
gone.
Eat the egg.
That bird dove after the pigs. Like, and I
He's eating pig pate off the side of the mountain right now.
Right, he's pretty stoked with the fact that he has just had a bunch of pigs.
Yes.
It's
Ticto will just like
coming
point
off
his
the
finger
shell.
at it and cast levitate. So
Yeah, he'll levitate up.
Okay.
The energy coming off this, like when you touch it, it's like you could see like hundreds of locations all at once, and you actually take you're going to take 12 points of psychic damage from it. Like, it hurts to touch it. But each image that you see is now, like, burned into your brain. Like, you know exactly where this is and every detail about how to get there. But, yeah, it's blinding pain. And then after you recover, Barracus, what did you see? What happened?
I'm going to touch it again, And I'm probably going to take more damage for this, but that's okay.
6 points of psychic damage. You were a little bit more prepared this time.
I'm going to touch it again, but I want to try to concentrate on a particular item or location to see if I can like zero in on it.
Okay, do you have a specific one, or do you want me to just give you one?
I'm going to start with something that where I know where it is, sort of thing. So what I want to do is I want to fix my mind on the location that I knew my family was at.
Okay. You are mentally more prepared, but you still take 9 points of psychic damage as you do this. And you very clearly see an image of a woman and a little boy playing in the house that you have built. You look, and having been really upset by the fact that Gilead had said your family is fine, you had taken it as they have moved on, but you very clearly see a portrait of yourself sitting on the mantelpiece as the child is playing. And
do I see my brother anywhere?
No, you do not.
Okay.
You do not see your brother anywhere. You see your possessions in your home. You see your image still up there. And you think, you don't know if it's yourself or if you're just deciding to interpret it this way. You think you see your wife look at the picture and kind of like do like a wistful smile. But they seem happy and they seem safe.
Okay.
So, whatever your brother was doing, you don't know, but he does not seem to be part of this picture.
Interesting.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Okay. Not great. 12.
Okay. You're not certain, but as you're looking and like your image starts to fade out, you swear on a bookshelf. You're not certain, but you swear you see a small gnome with a bird on its crooked hat, like a little picture of this small gnome on its hat sitting on your bookshelf. But you're not certain. You just think you see it passing, and you're like, that's it.
It's really weird. Okay. Well, now I'm going to try to touch the egg, but I want to focus on something where I don't know where it is.
Okay.
So what I want to do is I want to get a mental image, because we're doing this to find the scrolls. Like to find the things to put together. So I'm going to, in my head, try to concentrate on where the scroll is that I can find to rebuild the heavens.
Okay. 7 points of psychic damage. You see a form laying in a field of silver grass. In this grass, you see these like odd ball, like puffball things. Like they have like little trunks of elephants and like little wings on them. You've never seen these before. You also see these floating like pink jellyfish type things, which you do know are called flumps, and you've heard of them. But it's a very serene image, and you see a figure of a very slight female with a bandage, like across the side of her body, that's like slowly seeping with like a wound on her chest, laying there, very still and like looking like she's unconscious. But there's fragments of buildings and fragments of land floating around her. She's on a plate. You see just pieces of land floating in the astral sea. And it's not an entire. Have you ever seen, the ending of the Never-Ending Story where they're flying through the destroyed parts of Fantasia? That's what it seems like. Like she is existing on one of these pieces and just barely holding on.
Now,
I would like a perception check for this as well.
All right. Come on the other side of that die. And that's not going to go anywhere, so. Okay, nope. That's just one better, so 13.
Okay. Yeah, you see, again, as your vision is fading, you think you see a familiar, ship in the distance, but again, you're not able to make out the details.
Now, when you say a familiar ship, like I've seen it before?
You have seen it before, but you're not 100% certain if it's the same one, but you know the style. You're like, that ship, it's just like when you see something in the distance, you're like, I fucking know that. But you
I
can't place your finger. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. All right.
All right. As you come out of that one, Barrick and Bertram put their hands on your shoulder and go, because now you're looking rather. You've taken a lot of mental damage. You're kind of woozy and you're standing, kind of like back and forth. And they're like, maybe you should probably stop touching it. Did you hear that or no?
Yes, I heard.
Yeah, maybe that's enough for one day.
No, I don't think so. I'm going to touch it again. And when I do, I want to focus on something a little bit more abstract. I'm going to think very hard about not necessarily a place, not necessarily a thing, but I want to think of a thing in the sense of like, what will help me? As in, like, there's clearly something else, something. I want to know where I can find the thing that will lead me to the end of this path.
Okay, you're going to take 9 points of psychic damage again.
Okay.
And you're going to be barraged with a number of images, like just boom, 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 of various different places. And you're going to see an archdruid that's sitting over a circle of fire in a mountainscape you don't recognize. You're going to see an archdruid sitting up to his waist in water in an area that you don't recognize. You're going to see a number of druids in various groves, in various towns, and then you're going to see one familiar setting. Going to see a long paved road. You're going to see an archdruidess standing outside, standing on the edge of the forest. And you identify that as the King's Road, outside of the woods, just outside of Sharn. And in there are two badgers.
I was gonna say.
that that are walking around, and she shapeshifts into a larger one and goes back into the forest. But you have 20 different locations of various natural areas. All in the area, all around the multiverse, and you realize quickly you are seeing things not just tied to this plane. You're seeing it all over.
I come out of it and I look to Ticto and I say, I've seen 27,463 realities where we might actually be able to, defeat Thanos.
Who the fuck is Thanos?
Yeah, I don't know who that is either.
Just one.
I
Anyway.
too have not heard of Thanos. You have traveled the multiverse further than anyone I have ever encountered.
Perhaps now is a good idea for me to do my thing. And I'm just going to cast Cure Wounds at a 4th level.
Okay.
Oh, good. I was starting to get worried about those nosebleeds you were getting. And eye
Yeah,
bleeds.
it was a lot of blood now. You're just pouring out of your nose.
And eye bleeds. And ear bleeds. Ooh.
Just a lot of bleeds.
Yeah, that was kind of freaky, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But do you think you know where we need to go?
Yes. Yes, I think I do.
Don't we need a piece of eggshell or something?
No, we have the egg. We're fine.
Oh.
Yeah, while you were... The egg is now on the ship, and you are now moving to, You are now moving to this, find it. Which way do you choose to go?
I think the best idea, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ticto, we needed something for you as well, right?
I believe not until we get to That's why we need to go to Tempura, right? Is for the last piece of the chrono thingy.
Yeah, you need to find yours. That's why,
The egg was mine, but then we need
But that's how you find it, to get to his, yeah.
Yeah, so we need an archdruid to... I believe we need an archdruid to finish your staff.
Then I suppose we go to King's Road.
Oh, really? Not the badgers.
No, of course not. Why would you think that?
I don't know, that's the only thing I can remember on the King's Road for that would be druid related.
Oh, don't worry about it then. I'll handle it.
Oh, very well. Anyway.
Such a silly.
Yes. So.
Okay, so off to King's Road then.
Yes.
Yeah. You guys... Bertram takes a more, careful approach this time. Now instead of, flying high and brazenly, he, kind of cruises down the edge of the mountain.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have any more pigs, so hopefully...
A little bit lower flying. Yeah, a little bit lower flying. And you bring yourself... you uneventfully make it to the King's Grove, where you are able to identify the spot. At least the thing you think is the spot.
Well, I do have that...
Enter the grove.
Yeah, I do have that memory for details of the setting and whatnot, so... Okay. So, I'm going to be looking for badgers.
Yeah. You're going to look for badgers, and... Let me get a perception check.
Okay. Can I use the lens I have to aid me in this?
Oh yeah, you can use. You're starting to get the idea that these things work a lot more with focus than you thought.
Okay. So I guess I'll roll with advantage. Okay, so 14 plus 9 is 23.
Okay. Yeah, you not only get it, it's like in those movies where, like, it doesn't show you the badgers. It knows what you're looking for. So you get, like, in the movies where you get, like, the camera angle just zipping down the path? You get it very clear until you find yourself in front of, like, a darker complexion half-elf woman with long white hair and, like, covered in, like, a very simple, a very simple, like, floral patterned gown. And she's just doing stuff, and she turns her head and looks directly at you and smiles. And at that point, we're going to end for today.
Again, everybody, thanks for watching. If this episode had the involvement that we think we did, we might have just broken the barrier into affiliate, so we'll see how that process goes, and thanks everybody for your support. Again, once on the next screen that we show on our thanks for watching thing, you'll be able to see all our social medias. And we'll be back on Monday, and we'll be talking about the book A Court of Mist and Fury, where I am going to be very annoyed with this book because I did not like it.
That is a lie. He will love it, and he will talk in depth about these very sensual scenes in the book.
No, it's not why I didn't like the book. We're going to talk about it.
The marvelous erotic content of the book.
So we will talk about the book.
Word sheathing.
And how I'm angry at Joel for having made me endure it.
That is what friends are for, to push your boundaries.
Don't forget to visit our YouTube channel where you can catch up on all of our episodes, including our past book reviews as well as our past Nerds of Legend D&D session.
And don't forget about the... Oh, go ahead.
And look forward to our podcast. The campaign is not yet uploaded on the podcast, but in time it will be. But you can follow the Nerds of Legend podcast wherever you find your podcasts, such as Apple and Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Anchor, Audible, and Amazon Podcast. So go ahead and stop by there and take a listen. Tell everybody if you enjoy it. Tell everybody you know about it.
All right. I've been Ben.
I'm Brian.
I'm Joel, and thank you for joining us.
We'll see you on Monday.